Welcome to Sky Grid Tutorial. I am Jonah Bicroft. In this tutorial, you are going to learn the following: even numbers, odd numbers, consecutive numbers, composite numbers, prime numbers, factors, prime factors, and multiples. You will also learn how to calculate the least common factor and the least common multiple. The highest common factor and the least common multiple. There will also be word problem with LCM and HCF. Without much ado, let's dive in. What is an even number? An even number are whole numbers that are divisible exactly by 2 without remainder. Example of an even number are 2, 4, 6, 8, and etc. An odd number is a whole number that is not divisible by 2 without a remainder. Example of odd numbers are 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. These numbers are not divisible by 2 exactly without what? A remainder. Then consecutive number. Consecutive numbers are numbers that are following each other without a gap or without gap. Example of consecutive number are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and etc. Then we have to talk about a prime number. Prime numbers are whole number greater than 1 with only 2 factors. Prime number are whole number greater than 1 that has only 2 factors. That is, this number are greater than, they are whole number, they are greater than 1. They have only 2 factors, themselves and what? 1. For example, a prime number begins from what? 2. 2 has only 2 factors, itself and 1. Another prime number is 3. 3 has only 2 factors, itself and what? 1. Another prime number is 5. 5 has only 2 factors, itself and 1. The next is what? 7. 7 has only 2 factors, itself and 1. A composite number. A composite number is a whole number that has 2 or more factors. They are whole numbers that have 2 or more factors. Example of composite numbers are 4, 6, 8, 10, and etc. Now, we want to take a look at prime number. No, we have to take a look at multiples. That is where we are going to begin from the screen. A multiple of a number is the product of the number and an integer. What I mean by an integer is a whole number, positive or negative, including 0. So a multiple of a number is the product of the number and an integer. Multiples are the product of multiplying a number by integers. For example, multiples of 3 are 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, 3 times 5, and so on. So that the multiple of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and etc. The integer in this case are the whole number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then multiples of 4 are 4 times 1, which is 4, 4 times 2, which is 8, 4 times 3, which is 12, and 4 times 4, which is what? 16. So that the multiple of 4 are 4, 8, 12, and 16. Then factors. A factor of a number is an integer that divides a number exactly without what? Leaving a remainder. That is to say, factors are numbers that divide a given number exactly. Example, factor of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 4, 6, and 12. Factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 24. There is one unique characteristic of multiples and what? Factors. You discover that multiples begin with a number and end with a number greater than that. Multiple begin with a number and end with a greater number and goes infinitesimally. There's no ending to writing the multiples of numbers. For instance, you can keep on writing the multiples of 3 continuously, but you cannot keep on writing the factors of 12. Factors of 12 begin with 1 and end with 12. Factor of 24 begin with 1 and end with 24. You cannot have a factor of a number that is greater than that number. That is one of the difference between multiples and factors. If you have your writing material and you wish to copy, you can do so. Go ahead. Now we are going to talk about the least common multiple and the highest common factor. Yes. Now the least common multiple, otherwise known as the least common denominator, is the smallest number that two or more numbers can divide into evenly. The smallest number is underlined. The smallest number that two or more numbers can divide into evenly. By divide into evenly, I mean divide into exactly without what? Remainder. Example, the LCM of 4 and 6 is 12 because 12 is the smallest number that both 4 and 6 can divide into exactly without what? A remainder. There is no number that is smaller than 12 that 4 and 6 can divide into exactly without what? A remainder. Now, the highest common factor. The highest common factor is the largest number that divides two or more numbers exactly without what? A remainder. For example, the HCF of 12 and 18 is 6 because 6 is the largest number that divides both 12 and 18 exactly without what? A remainder. There is no other number that is greater than 6 that 12 and 18 that 6 can divide exactly without what? A remainder. Now, multiples are result of multiplying, while factors are number that divide exactly. Multiples are usually infinite, while factors are usually finite. That means in writing the multiple of a number, say number 3, you will continue to write infinitesimally. It will not end. If you want to write a multiple of 4, you keep on writing. That is why they say it is infinite. It has no ending. But factor are finite. The factor of a number ends with that number. For example, the factor of 27 begin with 1 and ends in 27. The factor of a number cannot go beyond a particular word number. Now we are going to learn how to calculate the least common multiple and the highest common multiple. Now this is example 1. This is example 1. This example says find the LCM and HCF of 24, 30, and 36. Okay. Now there's an error here. Let me correct this error here. Okay. This one is not there. Greater than 1. All right. So that is a question. It says find the LCM and HCF of 24, 30, and 36. Now we are going to find this LCM and HCF using what is called the prime numbers. Our prime numbers are whole number greater than 1 that has only two factors, itself and 1. Prime number between 1 and 50 are 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, and 47. These are prime numbers between 1 and what? 50. We are going to do division with the prime number, and we will begin always by using the least prime number. The first prime number is 2. So we are going to divide, set this number into table 24, 30, 36 into table and start dividing with what? The least prime number. And the least prime number is what? 2. We are going to divide this. We are going to divide 24 by 2, divide 30 by 2, and divide 36 by 2. So let us go into this division. 24 divided by 2, the result is 12. 30 divided by 2, the result is 15. 36 divided by 2, the result is 18. Then we continue with the division by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 15 divided by 2 cannot because there must be remainder. So we bring down 15. 18 divided by 2 is 9. We continue using 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 15 over 2 cannot. We bring down 5. Then 9 over 2 cannot. We bring down 9. We can now see that 2 can no longer divide anything here. So we start with the next prime number. And the next prime number is what? 3. 3 over 3 is 1. 15 over 3 is 5. 9 over 3 is 3. Okay? We discover that in this place, 3 can still divide something. We continue with what? 3. 3, 1 over 3 is 1. 5 over 3 cannot. We bring down 5. 3 over 3 is what? 1. We discover that 3 can no longer go. Then we move to the next prime number. And the next prime number is what? 5. 5, 1 over 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 1 into 5 is what? 1. So we have done the division and we have 1, 1, 1 in the column. Then what is the least common multiple? The lowest common multiple. The lowest common multiple is the product of all the prime numbers. The product of all the prime what? Numbers. That is the product of 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. So the LCM of this three number, LCM of 24, 30, and 36 is equals to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, which is equals to 360. Now, how can you locate the HCF? Simple. The HCF is the highest common factor. That means the one that we will pick as the HCF must divide each of the three numbers exactly without what? A remainder. So any of these prime factor that divide 24, 30, and 36 exactly without a remainder is one of the HCF. For instance, this first one divide 24 to give us 12, 30 to give us 15, 36 to give us 18. And so 2 is one of the words factors. This one did not divide only this and give us 6, but can't divide this. So since it cannot divide 15 exactly without a remainder, we cannot pick it. This one also did not divide all the 3 digits that is remaining, so we won't pick it. Now look at this one. This one, that is 3, divide 3 exactly without a remainder, divide 15 exactly without a remainder, and divide 9 exactly without a remainder. None other factor has been able to divide any of these without a remainder. So the highest common factor is 2 and 3. That is the 2 prime number that divide each of the 3 digits, that is 24, 30, and 36 exactly without remainder. And they also want that this one that divides 3, 15, and 9 exactly without remainder is the one we are going to pick as the what highest common factor. Their products, that is the product is now 2 and 3. Therefore, the HCF of this number 24, 30, and 36 is what? 2 times 3, which is what? 6. Is that clear? Are there any question? Should I ask a question? Okay, let me ask a question. Why did we pick 2 and 3 as the highest common factor? As the common factor? Yes, you are correct. We picked 2 as the common factor in the first place because 2 has been able to divide 24 exactly without remainder, 30 exactly without remainder, and 36 exactly without remainder. And we picked the first 3 because 3 has been able to divide 3 exactly without a remainder, divide 15 exactly without a remainder, and divide 9 without a remainder. So the HCF is 2 times 3, which is what? 6. This means that 6 is the highest number that can divide 24, 36, 30 and 36 without what? Exactly without what? A remainder. There's no other number that is greater than 6 that can divide 24, 30, and 36 without what? A remainder. We're going to go for example 2. Example 2. Example 2. Example 2 says, find the LCM and HCF of 72, 90, and 108. The same thing we are going to do. We are going to start the division by the least what prime number, which is 2. That is if it can divide all of them. Then when we start with 2, 72 over 2 is 36. 90 over 2 is 45. 108 over 2 is 54. Then we start again by 2. 2 over 36 over 2 is 18. 45 over 2 cannot. We bring it down because it cannot divide it exactly without remainder. 54 divided by 2, we have 27. We go ahead. Then we take another one. 9 divided by 3 or 9 over 3 is 3. 45 over 3 is 15. 27 divided by 3 is 9. We continue with 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. We can find out that every other thing is 1, 5, 1. So we are going to divide by the next prime number, which is what? 5. This divide this is 1. 5 divided 5 is 1. And 5 into 1 is 1. So in the end, we have 1, 1, 1. The the least common multiple or the lowest common multiple is the product of the prime numbers, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times what? 5, which is 1080. And the highest common factor of 7, 90, and 108 is the prime number that divide any of these 3 at the same time without a remainder. To divide this one without a remainder, to divide 90 without a remainder, and to divide 108 without a remainder. So 2 is one of the one we are going to pick. And here, 2 did not divide everything through. without a remainder because 2 cannot divide 45 without a remainder. So we are not choosing these two. This one also did not divide 45 without a remainder, so it is not to be picked. But 3 in this place divide 9 without a remainder, divide 45 without a remainder, and divide 27 without a remainder. So we are going to pick what? 3. This 3 also divide this without a remainder, divide this without a remainder, divide 9 without a remainder. So we are going to pick this 2, 3 as the prime number that we are going to use to calculate the highest common factor. None of the rest have been able to divide the quotient without a remainder. So the HCF, or the highest common factor of 72, 90, and 108 is 2 times 3 times 3. We pick the one that divide them through. This one divide them through. This one divide everything through. And this one divide everything through. So that the HCF now is 2 times 3 times 3, which is equals to what? 18. This means that there is no number that is greater than 18 that can divide 72, 90, and 108 exactly without what? A remainder. Is that clear? Did you have any question? Did you want to copy? You can copy. I give you just 5 seconds to do the copying while we go. So when you hear the smallest number, we are talking about the least common multiple, or the lowest common multiple, or the least common denominator. And when you hear anything, the highest number, the largest number, we are talking about the highest common factor. We are going to expose you to word problem in HCF and LCM. And most examiner will not even ask you to find the LCF and LCM of number. They will just give you word problem in LCF and LCM. So let's go. Now this are word problem in LCF and HCF. Word problem with LCM and HCF. Question 1. A music teacher wants to arrange a concert with 3 different groups of students. Group A has 12 students, Group B has 15 students, and Group C has 18 students. What is the smallest number of students that can be arranged in row so that each group has an equal number of what row? Yes. This question is asking you to find the LCM of 12, 18, and 12, 15, and 18. And that is all. That is all. Because of the word, the smallest number of students that can be arranged, the smallest number. So what you will do in this case to find the LCM of 12, 15, and 18. And that gives you the number. The answer. Question 2. Question 2 says, a bakery sells bread in packs of 12, 15, and 18. What is the smallest number of bread packs that can be ordered so that each type of pack has an equal number of packs? The question is also asking you to find the LCM and HCF of 12, 15, and 18. And that is all. Question 3. A farmer has 4 apples, 6 bananas, and 72 oranges. If he wants to put an equal number of each fruit in baskets, what is the largest number of fruits that can be put in each basket? Because of this word, the largest number, the question is asking you to find the HCF of 48, 60, and 72. And that is the solution to that question. We are going to end here. This is our first tutorial as that will lead us to uh, fractions. We cannot do fraction without first of all doing LCM and HCF. In our next tutorial, we are going to expose you to fractions. If you have any problem in any of these question, or you have question, or you want us to enlighten you the more in LCM and HCF and how area how it is usually handled by examiner, you will reach us in our WhatsApp number, which is 080-3554-2119. Thank you for learning with us. Bye.